So about a month ago, I filmed a sneaker mystery box video with Sneak City. That was a $2,500 mystery box, and in that video, I said if you guys got 2,000 likes, we would add $2,500 to the total, come back and film a $5,000 mystery box. So 28 days later, here we are. Today we will unbox a $5,000 mystery box, and if this video gets more likes than the previous video, it is currently at 3,014, meaning we need 3,015 likes. I will add another $2,500 to the total, go back and film a $7,500 mystery box. If you like this video, smash the like button, show some love in the comments. I appreciate every single comment. My last 3-4 videos have been really cool for me, and I haven't felt that sense of community on YouTube in a long time. I know I've been making different content, and some of you guys may want me to make dropless videos, especially with this week coming up. I will talk about this Supreme dropless at some point throughout this video, and once we get the retails, of course, I will update you with my thoughts and opinions if you are in Plus One. For those of you guys that don't know, Plus One is my cook group that I started myself. If you want to join, top link in the description. I'm not going to get too in-depth about all the features we offer because it would literally be an entire video, and if you are in Plus One, you know there are a ton of tools, but you can click the top link in the description or follow us on Instagram and Twitter. All members within Plus One get access to Cardinal completely free. Plus One's only $15 to enter, just to give you an idea of how good of a deal that is. Normally Cardinal is $30 to purchase and $5 a month after that. If you guys have been watching, you guys have seen me take a lot of W's using the tools within Plus One. Speaking of that, I actually have to ship some shoes off that I got thanks to Plus One. I did show these off. These are the Supreme Air Force Ones. As you guys can see, I got 3 pairs, and I was debating whether or not I wanted to keep a pair, but I just decided to sell 3. I feel like I can get another pair for retail. They keep restocking them. If you haven't gotten a pair of these yet, I don't know what you're doing with your life. Check out Plus One. Like I've said before, when it comes to these, a lot of ACO providers have been offering either free or extremely cheap slots for members, and they have crazy success rate. I hit all 3 of these in the exact same day. For any regular person, that's $150 profit. That equates to basically paying for the group for an entire year. I try to make the group as affordable as possible. That's why it's only $15 to enter. Thank you so much. See you soon.
All right, man. How you feeling?
Woo! I wasn't too worried about getting the Air Force Ones out today, but I had to get my man Austin's package out. What up? Yo, we're gonna start off with a really serious question. Do you think I pulled off the shorts or not?
I don't think I've ever seen your legs.
What do you think?
I like it. I dig it.
They look like man legs.
So here's a shoe that I like, but I cannot lie. The hype behind Fragments, I do not understand. That being said, I'm still gonna cop them. Price is not bad right now. Today's shoes though, ugh, what do you think of these? Gotta get a good little video of them, you know?
Yeah, those are cool.
What do you think?
Those are dope. I've seen those online, but I don't think I've ever seen them in person.
Yeah, I love these. If it wasn't for $70 in StockX fees, I would have gotten these for retail. These are 8.5. Yes, my pinky toe is losing circulation, but we made it work. Didn't really expect to make a purchase on top of the mystery box. What do you want for these?
What's the price at the bottom?
I think the price is like 100. Let me check. Yeah, 100.
100 plus what? 100
plus
150, I think.
175. If I was dishonest, I'd have been like, yeah, plus 150. So how much is the mystery box?
5 buckaroonies.
What do I owe you for it?
6.
What do you want for these?
$2.95.
Oh, come on, don't do that. Let's just throw this in the mystery box.
I can reach in and take 1 pair out and replace it with this.
Oh no, I can't do that. I don't know what you put in there.
Play a game.
I don't want to play that game. I'll pull out like the craziest one. Moscow's looking like a model right now. All right, there's $5,000 gone. I don't know if I will ever feel comfortable
I
spending.
think you sent it to the wrong person.
Stop. It says subfed.
I know, your stomach dropped.
Well, just let me send the other $275 for these beauties.
You have to wait till tonight, I think. Okay, $2.75 for 12 dinners.
Yeah, 12 dinners at Chick-fil-A. I got you guys. I'll take you guys to Chick-fil-A 12 times.
Jacob on the floor with Moscow again.
Just kicking it. Oh, wait, are those mine?
Yeah.
Yeah, can you put it on there?
You need some help?
Nah, I'm good. Fire. We're like the annoying little kids. Can we please go out to eat?
Jesus Christ, Jacob.
Jai Thai bars. These look like a Stussy jacket.
Kicking the dough, I handle the pressure like this shit was none. AR-15s up in my face, the toilet full of drugs. I ain't even flush it, that's too bad, they won't even have to plunge. She loved me extra when I was around, I never tried to fuck. But I've been down for like a quarter of shorty's whole life.
Random fact about me, I eat the same thing every day. Chick-fil-A. The one time I try something new is when I come up to Sneak City. Today we had some Thai food.
Are you gonna open box right now?
No, tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow morning.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie, that actually kind of got me excited. It makes me think like you were excited.
Yeah, I'm scamming you. Feels light, a little bit light, huh?
I'm
Weren't you
scared.
curious, like such a small box for $5,000. A little nervous.
I love you guys.
Love you too. Thanks for hanging, as always.
Ain't no stress, no bitches, no love. Bitch, I'm from the city where you gotta keep it gun. Call life, no hard, go gun. If you run up on me, you gon' die on me. No stress, no bitches, no love. Bitch, I'm from the city where you gotta keep
A lot of people have been asking about this song. Just so you guys know, this is my bro Dame. The majority of the music that I use in my videos are from people that I know personally. Like I said, I want these videos to be sort of like a journal entry. Having music that my friends were working on can kind of help remind me of memories I've made with those individuals off camera. It just kind of helps serve that purpose. Even if it is a mystery box video where I spent way too much money on some shoes. I'm not gonna lie, I am kind of nervous because looking at the size of this mystery box, it is 4 or 5 sneaker boxes big. Obviously me and Tia are homies. She could just be trolling me. I saw some comments saying like, she just hooked you up because you're a YouTuber. To those comments, if they would have just done an ounce of research, they would know it's not like I'm marketing mystery boxes from Sneak City, because you can't buy mystery boxes from Sneak City. When they do them, they are really limited. It's not something that you can just go and buy right now. But what you can go and buy from Sneak City are some shoes. I didn't really mind paying $275 because I do think these have the potential to go up over time. I understand that obviously this little logo, kind of more than a logo, if you are a fan of streetwear and you have an admiration for Hiroshi Fujiwara, then I could get why these may be a grail for you. However, I will say I was genuinely surprised to see the price of these. This is like somewhat of a retro. Obviously they did this colorway in 2010 with the City Pack. This was the Beijing colorway. The big difference between that and these, the City Pack had 3 different colorways and they were mismatched. So basically the colors were flopped, kind of like those Barcelonas that I showed you in my last video. They did Beijing, London, and New York. I believe they're still gonna retro London and retro New York. I'm kind of curious to see how they do that. I guess what dominant color for the shoe they pick, especially with the New York color, because those were not just flip-flop colors, like they were completely different colors. I guess a moment of truth. Shout out Gangstar. I think I might have just damaged one of the shoe boxes. So the first one is an Air Jordan Mid, size 10.5. I just saw an Off-White box. Anyways, Air Jordan Mid. I'm not the biggest fan of Air Jordan Mids. These ones are actually kind of filthy though. This is a shoe that I kind of wish was my size. I love the tongue details. I love all the textures. I love when I see a Jordan or a shoe like this that I could also see as an SB. It's like contrast stitching, fire. Sadly, not my size. Ooh, I didn't know these came with this cool little Dexter body bag. It's kind of sick. For me to buy these on StockX right now after fees would be $727. See, I should have just bought all of these when they dropped because they were not going for that. Bro, literally you can see the chart. Look at that.
Look at that. That's nice and shiny.
I don't know what Off-White this is. Okay, so it's gonna be on that side. Oh, I'm not a fan of these ones. Just keeping it 1,000. Oh, my boy Paul's calling. Hello.
What up, dog?
Nothing much. Say hi to the people.
What up, everybody? How y'all doing?
It's kind of crazy. These are actually marked at $1,050 on StockX. To purchase this shoe right now, it would be $1,500. I will say it is a pretty iconic shoe, and I do understand why Virgil released this as one of the 10. I've never actually looked at this shoe close up, but I kind of like how he did the tab, even though the swoosh is knitted. This shoe was released in 2008, and it's one of the few shoes that Kobe wore that was not one of his signature shoes. He was actually part of the launch of this particular sneaker. Yeah, definitely a good shoe to resale based off what it would cost me if I was to purchase these from StockX. We're already at like $2,200. This box right here is a beautiful box. Looking like a Heineken box, but thicker with 2 C's. Why does she always give me a shoe that I'm not gonna want to sell? You guys saw in the last video I was looking at this. Fuck, man, now I can't. This is in really good condition. The stars on the sole, this is why she was like, when are you gonna open it? I didn't put this part in the video, but in the video, I literally said that I still like these more. I feel like I've been gravitating towards Dunk Highs because normally Dunk Highs are cheaper. I feel like in my brain, it like registers these as cooler now because they tend to be more affordable. This pair is not an example of that case at all. This shoe is super expensive, holy shit. I was thinking maybe she found like the milk crates. This is fire, bro. This right here is an iconic shoe. If you look on StockX, to get this size, it would cost you like $10,000 after StockX fees and tax. For me, it would cost, I don't want to accidentally hit purchase. For me, it would cost $11,000.71.
The price is wrong,
It
bitch.
was listed for $4,000. I don't know what comps are on these, but this is obviously an iconic shoe. It's almost 20 years old. Some people might just look at this shoe and think like, oh, well, they have the Dunk Lows. Like those do not compare. This is the second Nike shoe Supreme ever did. The first one being a Nike Dunk Low, obviously this being the second one. For a lot of sneaker collectors, I know that the 2002 release of the black cement and white cement Nike Dunks are probably more iconic. I believe that was the first time they ever used the elephant print on a Nike SB, and it was the first release with Supreme. Obviously, you know, living the star life, baby. I don't know if I can get rid of this, which kind of sucks because that's like a lot of money. If we're using what it would cost me on StockX at this point, this box would be like $13,000 $2,200. Obviously, these are pre-owned. It's not really fair to use StockX price, but needless to say, like anything at this point is just extra. That's fire, bro. No wonder why she didn't want to hook me up on those fragments. All right, next up we have a Yeezy Boost 350. The London Mark Yeezy 350, size 7, base size, $594. After taxes and fees, this would be $684. I'm not gonna lie, I was really worried after the first two. I saw the silver box and I knew like it was from that era. So I knew it was gonna be a banger, but I did not expect the Nike SB Dunk High. And then we have the Fear of God. What the f? These shoes gone up like crazy. We got the orange sherbet Fear of God. These things are so ridiculous. I'm trying to give you guys a reference to my head, but my head is so huge that I feel like it doesn't do it justice. Obviously with Jerry Lorenzo leaving Nike, a lot of these shoes have gone up in price. I don't know why I didn't even think of that until I saw their recent video where Richie Lee came in and I believe he bought a pair of shoes and then they were talking about the yellow pair that he sold to them. This is honestly a killer fucking box. Hopefully I can make most of my money back on these 4 sneakers. Now I know why. She was like, oh, how about we just pull one out and replace it? It's like a 50% chance that I would have literally pulled this out and replaced, bro, I would have been so crushed. I would have either pulled out this or pulled out a shoe that's still worth twice as much as those fragments right now.
What up?
How did I not guess that you put the dunks in here? I was like literally actually nervous for a second. Fuck, like she might actually be trolling me.
Did I scam you?
No, not that you actually scammed me, but like I wonder if she would like play a prank on me. I saw the silver box, but it just like didn't register in my head.
I'll call you back. I got a customer coming. I'll call you back in 10 minutes.
Okay, bet. I already took a thumbnail, but I don't like that one as much and I kind of want to have the boxes. So I think I'm just gonna go up there. I already know they're gonna be like, what the fuck are you doing here?
Go home. That's your home. Hey, baby.
Hey. I'm like, she could have just removed this Jordan or this Yeezy and it still would have been a good box.
Can I have a backpack?
No, let's not do that. I bought the ones that are too small for me and then my size came in.
Anastasia was just saying that.
She was like, hey, look what we got. And I was like, oh, looks like I have to buy another pair.
Okay, so 10,000 or 10?
Huh?
I'm broke, nigga. I'm broke.
No, 7,500 next. I can't jump up double. If they get 10,000 likes, I'll double it.
Go from 10 to 20, 20 to 40, 40 to 250.
40 to 250?
I kind of regret giving it to you.
Don't say that. By the way, I owe you for the other pair too, so I owe you $525. Did you see what they put in the box?
5K. That's the highlight for you.
This is definitely the highlight.
Fire.
Thank you.
Sheesh, Coco. Sheesh, Coco.
I didn't get the behind the scenes when you put the box together.
I know. I kind of just picked all the bricks that have been sitting.
Yeah, these things are freaking crazy. I just gotta play the clip where you're like, shitty quality here, less shitty quality here.
Less shitty on both of them. This part's less shitty on both of them.
Yeah. Now, in that last clip, we were kind of comparing the two sneakers. Upon further investigation, there is no contest. This shoe does not compare to this shoe. Obviously, in terms of the actual look, they are very similar. However, these telescopic spectacles was able to find a couple differences, 2 of which might be due to age. First of all, the crocodile leather paneling on this pair does seem to be a little bit better quality than these. These are so defined that it almost looks like plastic. Less like crocodile leather and more like a turtle shell.
I like turtles.
Obviously, they are SB, so they have the fat tongue, but this tongue seems to be a lot softer. Now, there are 2 other physical differences. When you look at the stars on this pair, it actually looks like it was a part of the material. Almost like it was laser etched into the leather, as opposed to these, where it looks like the stars are printed. The stars are actually raised ever so slightly. It just looks like these could actually be scratched off. And the only other difference that I noticed, which maybe someone who is a little bit more knowledgeable about the history of SB Dunks can educate me, is the fact that if you look right here, there's a stitch line. Stitching is meant to match this white leather panel, and this pair does not have it. I know it's not just a difference between lows and highs because my Heinekens have the same exact stitch, and my Tiffany Dunks also have the exact same stitch. Those physical differences is not what makes this shoe better. In my opinion, what makes this shoe better is the history or the story. Obviously, in the last couple sneaker videos, we have talked about the stories behind these sneakers. When I refer to the sneaker as iconic, I'm not just trying to hype it up. As I said, this was the second collaborative project between Nike SB and Supreme. It was released in 2003, only 2 years after Supreme released a t-shirt that literally said Nike. And mind you, this was their second collaboration, so really they collaborated with Nike 1 year after they made that shirt. It's like the perfect representation that 90% of these streetwear brands that have this anti-establishment tropes riddled throughout their garments is just kind of bullshit. And I still like Supreme. Even this season, a lot of people have been hating because it's not reselling quite as good as some other seasons, but I've copped a lot of personals. And to be honest, I don't expect Supreme to be this true to the core brand. I respect what they've accomplished, but I've said this before in many videos. It's literally a skateboard brand that started started by someone who's never ridden a skateboard. I got into skateboard clothes and SBs in general because I used to BMX. Now, although the Dunk is one of the most popular SB silhouettes, the Dunk was originally meant to be a basketball shoe. The original Dunk was released in the mid-1980s, essentially was 3 other sneakers hybridized or morphed into one. And when they first released the Dunks, they were released in these collegiate colorways. The whole purpose was to have a sneaker that people could wear and show their pride for their school. I wonder if that's why they started doing city packs. But you still see them do a lot of collegiate colorways with the normal Nike Dunks. And when this shoe was released, it was released in 3 colors, all 3 of those colors referencing those collegiate Dunks that were released in the 1980s that later on accidentally became skateboard shoes because skaters were buying those instead of the skate shoes that Nike was producing before they started putting their skate shoes under the Nike SB umbrella. And I'm not even mad at the fact that they reintroduced this model. Before the sneaker release, it was actually rumored to be a Nike SB Dunk Low, not a high, and instead of having stars, it was supposed to have a repeated Nike logo throughout this little panel. It was rumored to be rejected due to some legal reason. I know that's like a coveted sample amongst sneaker collectors, but personally, I think that over-the-top branding is kind of what we see killing Supreme today. And honestly, I shouldn't even say killing Supreme because I don't feel like that's a fair assessment. There's this kind of idea that the moment the exclusivity is no longer there, that it's dead. I don't think I've ever considered Supreme to be on my top 5. It's definitely not top 3, but I do respect Supreme. Supreme was the first brand to ever collaborate with Nike SB. That's even crazier knowing that a year prior they made Nike tees. But I do feel that oftentimes we see some designs that are a little bit lazy. You know, and some people may even say that this collaboration is an example, but actually the branding on this collaboration was done very purposefully and, in my opinion, if you are familiar with Emilio Pucci, a little bit tastefully. This week they announced the Emilio Pucci collaboration, and one thing that's kind of interesting is the box logo, I should say box logos, releasing in 3 separate colors. So yes, in one day we have 3 box logos releasing in 3 colors. We've already had the Cos box logo. We are rumored to have another Cosbox logo release. I don't like saying Supreme is dead, but they are definitely starting to oversaturate the box logo. And when it comes to resale, I do feel like that will kind of affect these a little bit. They're still gonna resale. I would still recommend going for them. There's no doubt about it. Like I said earlier, if you guys are in Plus One and you guys are able to cop a box logo using the tools within Plus One, like Cardinal or Restock monitors, that alone is probably gonna pay for the group for like 10 to 12 months. I like the pink box logo, and I do actually appreciate the collaboration somewhat. I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm a big fan of Emilio Pucci, but the man is kind of interesting. I guess he comes from a royal family and he fought in a war and he even designed the Apollo 15 logo. The man low-key accomplished a lot. They referred to him as the Prince of Prince. Bars. I don't know if the rest of the stuff from the collaboration will resell. I do have faith in the Zippo, but I think that some of these pieces may carry a heavier retail. Like I said, I will update people within Plus One. A lot of the JPG stuff that we saw released came with a little bit more expensive retails. The hoodies were like $230. Some of the other stuff was even more expensive, and I just wouldn't be surprised if we saw that same thing here because a lot of the stuff from Emilio Pucci is not cheap. And it doesn't look cheap. I mean, some of these robes are looking like it's something Pablo Escobar would wear. And speaking of the prints, the reason the Supreme branding is kind of cool is because throughout his prints, he normally puts his signature, Emilio Pucci. So instead of putting the signature, they put the Supreme branding. Like I've said many times, I do not mind branding. I just want it to be done in a way that I feel actually has a purpose. As you guys can see, it's a lot of crazy colors, which is what Emilio Pucci is known for. The rayons are kind of cool. The box logos are cool. From this collab and lookbook, the only things I'm really going for are the box logos, the Zippo, and the Supreme spray cans, the Supreme Montana cans, which do come in a set. Everything else from the lookbook I don't really care about. They're doing the jet ski. That's gonna be like 10 bands. And I normally like when Supreme uses that type of artwork, but I just don't feel like it translates well on a jet ski. If you do like the design and you are a straight baller like my man Emilio Pucci, then you still probably won't be able to get this because it is rumored to release in a similar manner to that of the Honda dirt bike. That was a friends and family release, and I believe it was only released in New York. Us regular peasant Supreme consumers did not have the opportunity to get that item. The rest of the stuff from the lookbook, I mean, there's some cool items like this hoodie, but I'd rather just get an FTP hoodie at half the price. There's this jersey set combo with the shorts. It looks decent. I mean, I like this monogram design on these bucket hats, but I'm not gonna go for them, and I don't think they're gonna do shit. I don't know, man. That is why I don't wanna make a dropless video. I don't wanna make a dropless video just so I can make an extra $250 where I basically spend 10 minutes giving you guys the information I just gave you. I'm gonna try to buy a box logo, a Zippo, spray cans. Everything else is trash in my opinion. Like I said, I don't think Supreme is dead, but I think it's been evident that I've been enjoying these sneaker videos and some of the other videos that I've been making, like the Farfetch video, a lot more than these dropless videos. You guys might even see it in my energy. I feel like when I talk about the dropless, I just don't have the same excitement. When I get to talk about something like this, like it gets me more excited because it is something that I like. And if it's a good Supreme week where it's something that I genuinely like, that's a genuine feeling. But making content where I refer to every single colorful item such as his collaborations as 6ix9ine's nut.
You're mad, I'm back!
I enjoy making what I've been making so much more, and I genuinely appreciate every single person that's watching and still supporting, that's liking all these and commenting and subscribe with notifications on, because like I have said, without your guys' support, I would not be able to make these videos. A lot of you guys did subscribe for the dropless videos, and if there is a purpose with that video where I feel like I could help someone, then yeah, I will go make that video. But I just have a lot more fun making this type of content, and I would rather sprinkle that in for genuine supporters who've been rocking with me for a long time. I actually do have a Supreme unboxing where I got a lot of heat because a lot of the stuff I've been coughing is personal. No, but seriously, thank you to everyone that rocks with me, including Tia. Obviously, she blessed me. I did see some comments in the last video, and those people probably don't have the attention spans to even watch this far along. Me and Tia are homies. You guys see us go out to dinner together. I've hung out with them on and off camera. I knew Tia before Sneak City was a thing, and she's hooked me up before when I wasn't recording. When I had this mystery box video idea, obviously a lot of people started doing mystery boxes because my bro Harrison Neville freaking killed it, and a lot of people just repeated that same content. I felt like I could do something a little bit different by actually documenting the experience of going to the store and picking it up instead of it just being dropped off on my doorstep and showing you what's inside. And hopefully you guys like the content, man. It seems like you guys have. Honestly, the videos have been doing better than the dropless videos, which is insane. Like I've said, it is so freaking scary when you do content, everyone is subscribed for a particular thing. You just don't know if people are gonna rock with you still. And I genuinely appreciate the fact that I have a bunch of people that still rock with me to this day. And those of you guys that are still watching at this point in the video, you guys probably know, but yeah, man, like I appreciate these kind of relationships, and I probably wouldn't have had the time to even connect with Tia on the level that we have. I'm not gonna go too in depth with Tia as a hustler. She definitely earned her spot, and I respect the shit out of her. There are some life experiences that we have shared, or I guess that we can relate to when it comes to each other's struggle. The fact that at one point in my life, I would have walked into a sneaker store, the owner of said sneaker store would have probably assumed that I was going to steal something. And that assumption probably would not have been far off. So to be at a point in my life where I can be friends with someone who owns their own sneaker store, or be friends with people like my boy Kais, for example, who has his own freaking sneaker, that is insane. Like I said earlier, I know people will watch videos of any YouTuber and they'll cast judgment through that little window into their life, but there's a lot more behind the scenes. I've met a lot of influencers that are lame. I feel like they are entitled, and I don't feel like they deserve to be in their position, but I've also met a lot of special people that I think are straight hustlers. By the way, speaking of this shoe, I cannot believe people had the audacity to not vote for your boy on Kais' Instagram when he did the little post of all of the homies wearing this shoe. So this is not just a custom, like yeah, this has his branding on it. This is actually releasing in Foot Locker and Champs. Like my man is killing it. Thank you guys to everyone that did support the video. Hopefully you guys liked it, and like I said, hopefully you guys keep supporting the new content. Make sure you smash the like button down below if you want to see more. As always, keep living the star life. Show some love in the comments. Subscribe and turn on post notifications. I don't know why I said as always keep living the star life. I said that a little bit too early, but now, as always, keep living the star life, and peace the fuck out.
Star Life, Chris say shooting on Mets, got these thoughts been ran through. Goddamn it, like back chief, keep drop. I don't like that shit. Lil Reese in the coupe clip, do a backflip.